Hello again, small model collectors. Or small model builders, I guess, because that's what this is. This is something called the Rozen Zulu I'm not familiar with because I haven't seen Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. But it looks cool, and it's from Volume 4 of the Mobility Joint Gundam series, and I believe it came out in 2023. They have Wave 5 out now as well, but it's almost the end of 2023, so this must have come out somewhere earlier this year. It's the second robot in the series, and you can see the other robots here. You have a Banshee as number 1, and then I got these two already reviewed. Actually, probably all 3 of them by the time you see this. And then these are extra accessory packs you can buy. So I'll show you what it looks like in this box, or if you buy the accessories, what it'll look like after the fact. I chose to skip the accessories because frankly I don't find a long rod and those shields that entertaining to look at. Maybe in the future, but for today I gotta put my money somewhere else. And there's no instructions at all printed on the inside of the box or elsewhere, so you just kind of have to figure it out. The way they number the parts on the sprues though, it seems like, you know, number 1 would be the right side of the body, number 2 would be the left side of the body. If they're numbered identically, then they're totally symmetric and it just doesn't matter which side you put it on. I will mention these foil stickers. They work pretty well on flat surfaces, but anything with depth or ridges, it's just going to start looking horrible. I've tried several times now and it just doesn't work well. Alright, so I gotta find my clippers here. And then you might want to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to close this window out. So here's, if you're interested, because I've never seen this robot before. It doesn't exist in Converge. But that's the story behind it. Some sort of Gira Zulu with Sinanju parts. Alright. And there's some images from the same website. With that said, I'm going to start clipping these off and figuring out if they're symmetric. These are totally symmetric because they're both labeled 1 and 2, both sides. So, yeah, you don't need to worry what side these go on. You can just tear these pieces out, of course, but they're going to look even worse than clipping marks. They're literally going to tear the plastic, so that's why I prefer to clip my stuff. Although they still don't look good. That's the case for all model kits. See, look at that little white stress mark there. You know, that even, I think, took up more plastic than I wanted it to. Oh well, I don't care anymore. I reached a point where I don't need all my models to look perfect. These are all symmetric. No, these are not symmetric. 1 and 2. So basically... Oh wait, no. They are totally symmetric. Never mind. So far you don't need to worry about left and right. 1 is the front of the leg, 2 is the back of the leg, I'm guessing. These parts are out and they all covered up, so I'm going to just tear those out. They're all going to end up in something else. And again, they're all symmetric, so don't need to worry. This is the mono eye. You might actually see these clippings though in the head. Yep, these are all symmetric as well. So this is a totally symmetric robot so far. jaws. It's interesting. I mean, there's no instructions, but there's so many parts here labeled number 1. You would think that, you know, they would go in some sort of sequence. Like these would all be identical part number 7 or something, or part number 15, because they're so far down the line. But no, it's just like all 1s and 2s and 3s here. Now this one is asymmetric because the hips. So 1 and 2 belong together, and I assume that's the right side of the body, or the left side if you're looking at it. So I want to keep that over here. Keep this over here, and then this will go on the other side. This again is labeled 1 and 2, so that's going to go over there. So 3 and 4. So 3 is going to go over here. 4 is going to go to the right. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. I like to start with the feet. Those I believe are all symmetric. So this is the inner leg of the foot. You want to have the pocket towards the rear. And then there's 2 peg holes. So, well, let's see. I have to look back to the box. Yep, I have no idea how that one works. Okay, looks like the hoses are up top. So this is the back of the leg. This is the front of the leg. I just don't know if it belongs to the top hole or the bottom hole. I think maybe. Oh, I see. Something has to go in before this thing, this hook thing. So this thing's got some weird giant spikes coming out of its knees. And that goes there. Alright, interesting. So then this must be the back, and you can see the 3 pegs. So that's how the leg goes together. And then you pop that in a foot. Boy, I'm afraid of breaking those knees when I put it on the legs of the main robot. Okay. So big spiky thing up top. Then the hoses up top. And then the back has this fin and match up the pegs. Okay, pop that into the foot. And pop that onto the thigh here. Yeah, put the peg into the back. Oh, see, this thing moves. It's got spikes on both sides of the legs, so it's kind of hard. Okay. Might be smarter to actually put that leg, the dark leg, on this first before you put the pink stuff on. Or purplish, magenta. I don't know what you'd call this color. Okay, what else? I know the front skirt. So this thing, where's the crotch piece? The crotch piece is here. Just look at the photo. This looks like the bottom. And then the skirt has these pockets here. A snapping sound there. What's the other one? Okay. So we'll pop that in here. rear skirt here. No peg to hold a weapon. Okay. Where's the bottom of the head? This is for the mono eye. You can put a sticker on it, but I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to drill a hole in this and put a jewel bead. I grow tired of, pink and green mono eye, so I decided to go with the fluorescent orange on this one, just to contrast the body. I also now realize they put the instructions online, so you can go to that QR code if you really need to see the instructions, but I'm not too particular if my thing looks exact or not, because it's a freaking sci-fi robot. So it doesn't have to look right, in my opinion. If I had a robot, I would customize it anyways, right? So that's what my thinking here. I don't want to go for accuracy on anything fictional. Look over the top of the head. I don't see it though. Oh, it's just so weird. I'm not used to it. Okay. So just one peg. Interesting. A lot of the other ones in this mobility joint have 3 pegs. Alright, well, I put the eye right in the middle, but you have this little tab here. You can use their fingertips or something else. And there you go. Nice. It'd be interesting if there was a double mono eye. Of course, it wouldn't be a mono eye anymore, but just a Gundam with 2 round eyes instead of the regular Gundams that are more like trapezoidal kind of eyes, So this seems like some crazy shoulder blade guards here. Interesting. Alright, well, that's interesting. We'll get to the articulation when I finish this thing. So the arms. Seems like this and this. Looks like I got trapped some claws in here somehow. So how? That's the question. This must have something to do with the arm. Like that. I don't know if anything else belongs in there. But where are the claws? There's some sort of round machine gun looking thing. This thing. No, that's not it. I think I'm missing some round parts where the claws go. But maybe they changed the mold. No, it's got a peg. Craziness. Well, let that be a learning lesson. Inspect the bags. It was stuck in here. Okay. So with that said, the claws are going to go into this thing. 1. It's cool. You can articulate the claws, it looks like. So that, and that pegs into this. Okay. Neat. Cool. I suppose you could put them backwards, but that'd be weird. Nah, I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna bother putting them in backwards. Hold that in place. Okay. So yeah, very neat. A little bit of articulation for all those. It's got some sort of peg hole there, maybe a shield or something goes there, and I'm not sure what's going in there. This is the shoulder joint. Looks like we're going to have to sandwich some parts around it. Probably this. And then the other one must have pegs. Okay, so that's one shoulder. I don't think I'm supposed to trap anything else. I don't know. There's a hole there, but I don't know if anything goes in it. And then what are these for? They look like thrusters on the back end. I see. So these are the rear thrusters, and that's what this little pink thing is going into. Oh, I see. They're different size slots. So the bigger one's going to go up top for me there. So keep that in mind. There's actually a direction to this round thing. Okay, that's going to plug onto a backpack. Yeah, alright, I guess I can finish this. I'm not sure if that's in correctly. Let's see if we can plug this in. Careful not to break that peg. I don't feel like it's snapped in. I feel like it has to go in through this side though. Oh wow, that is really tight. Alright, so it might make sense to possibly put that on first. I don't know. Tough call. Well, let me finish this side here. Yeah, these tear marks are pretty ugly. They're clip marks. My cutters just aren't cut it sharp anymore. Alright. Okay, this backpack. Looks like the tanks are on the bottom. And just look at the photo. I think this is the top. No, maybe it's the other way around. Hard to say. I'm going to just go with, well, you know what? This is pretty to look at from the top. This is pretty, well, it's got two ugly marks. Whether they're correct or not, I don't care. I'm just going with what looks nicer. See, so these belong here. It's a very spiky character. Okay, snap noise. Nice. Alright. That is all the parts. So you can figure it out without instructions. Although that might be upside down. So let's see about articulation. So the head is, seems like it's suspended quite a bit. So look at that. That's good up movement. Down is obviously colliding. And then, yeah, left and right is going to collide. But it's pretty good movement actually. Pretty impressive. Alright, the shoulder can go up and down quite a bit. Right? And then there's a butterfly in there. But the problem is the armor's colliding very quickly. So not much left front and back there. And then the bicep can pivot, as you can see there. And then there's a peg here, ball peg. So the arm can, it's not even 90 degrees because it's colliding with the armor. But if you go out this way, yeah, all right. That's actually looks cool. It looks like a continuous line there. All right, and then obviously you can rotate that. You can also rotate the forearm. So that's all up there. Yeah, the back thrusters, they can point all the way up, of course. They can come out that much. And they can go down that much. So a lot of good movement on this one, considering how close it is to this piece here. Thruster action. I do think I have them in upside down. I don't care. Alright. There is actually a hinge in here for the torso, but the armor is colliding. Yeah, so you remove the peg, so you can see it. So if you lift up the peg, then I guess you could have it do quite a bit of bending, but it looks awfully gappy. And then you can see this armor is articulating here in the front. Alright. And so hopefully that'll allow you to get the leg out a little bit more. Yeah, it's colliding quite a bit. But anyways, the leg can do a split that much. Can go forward that much. Collides with the back skirt, that right there. And then the knee, you can bend it almost 90 degrees. And then you can rotate this whole thing if you want. And then the foot also is on a ball peg, so you can rotate it. Some angle, good angling out. Decent angling in. Going forward, decent amount, and back, decent amount. It's weird that it has high heels. So as usual, these things are pretty lightweight. So, and the joints being brand new, you can get a pretty decent pose. Let's see about this. 1 foot here. Yeah. So very cool. Well, it's definitely an interesting robot. Wasn't familiar with it before. Okay, so here we have a Gira Zulu from Mobility Joint. These are all going to be Mobility Joints. And this is a Gira Doga with the EX parts, so it's all maxed out. This is just a stock suit. And this is the Zaku 2 with almost all the EX parts from that collection for it. So yeah, interesting mix of... It's going to sound racist, but for me these things look like they're German. I don't know why. Do you agree, or am I racist? Something about the helmets or the heads of these look like Stahlhelm helmets, I believe they're called, from Germany. At least these three. This is definitely unique. But anyways. Alright, well, all of them have nice details. I didn't paint any of these things, and I think they look good enough for considering how much they cost. I do feel like this robot looks like a feminine robot just because of the high heels, right? And the slenderness of the face. I don't know. Can you apply genders to robots? Leave a comment. I'm going to put this on this 6-inch action figure stand because it does have the peg hole. All these things have this 3mm hex hole. You can use Gundam stands, or this is a figure art stand. So, yeah. It's an interesting one. We'll have to see if it ever makes it to Converge. I don't see why it wouldn't at some point in time. But it's new to me, so I like it. It's different. It's different. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'll eventually pick up some more of these Mobility Joint things, so we'll see you in that review. Cheers.